All right, I am super early. Figured I'd come on anyways. No, wrong one. Go back. Where are we? There it is. See if there's any other early birds there while I change my rotary blade. Hey, Don, can you hear me okay? Oh. Okay. Can you hear me? Loud and clear? Look what I'm changing. Oh! I'm trying to lose pieces of my rotary blade. I don't believe, look at how dull this is. I can even run my fingers on it and not cut myself. Okay. Ouch, this one's sharp though. Wowza. I didn't realize I was this early. Oh well, all good. Okay. This one I gotta put in my sharp spin. I'll put it over here for now. I'm not having any leg here. Are you current or is it behind? Like if you look at your little line on the bottom, can you drag it all the way to the right? I have no leg on this end. Well, I'm about 20 seconds behind, but it's not lagging. Not like before. Oh my gosh, I need to clean out my desk. My book. Whew, warm. It won't stay there? Oh no. Maybe try refreshing. Anybody else popping in there yet? I'm early. Super early. Where's my mouse? There it is. Hopefully that fixed it for you, Dawn. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? I'm super early. Yay! 2 days in a row we have Rhonda. I just got your message, Dawn. How are things in Abbotsford, Rhonda? We've been missing you. $29. That's normal. As long as the screen's not all choppy. But yeah, normally I have about 30 seconds from when I say something to when it gets to you. Oh, it's only 10:02. Oh my gosh, I'm early. Are you guys cutting along with me today? This is going to be such a fast cut. It's not going to be a full class. This bag is so fast. I love it. All good. It's not like Tuesday how it was all choppy and everything. It looks good on this side. Oh, nice, Rhonda. You are so rich in family. I love it. I'm going to be messaging you hopefully within the month, Rhonda, about something that we talked about that I want you to be a part of, if you remember, without saying what it is. I'll message you about it later on. Not choppy at all? Perfect. So it's behaving itself today. Dawn, you're making this one? Oopsies, wrong color. Hi, Elba. How are you? Elba, are you cutting along with us today? You love this bag, Dawn? Excellent. All right, you've made this before, so you could teach this class. I like it because I'm not a small bag person, but it's like the perfect small bag, and it is so fast to make and pretty easy to make too, without it looking like it's an easy to make bag. So, oh, nice. You've made it before though, haven't you, Dawn? Okay, no problem, Elba. Drive safe, don't rush. What time zone are you in, Elba? Whereabouts do you live? Oh my goodness, Rhonda. Never ending, hey? Well, we miss ya. Message if you ever need a chat. Hi, Diane. Diane, are you sewing along with us today? Oopsies. Oh no. Well, you have all week to get it cut out, Elba. All good. Diane is? Diane, have you made this one before? This is one of my favorites. Bye, Rhonda. Okay, I'll remind you. Don't worry. Hugs to your family, Rhonda. Now for my fabric choices, this is actually a client order for me, so she decided the fabric choices, but she's got good taste, so I'm excited to make it. I have to do a little bit of fussy cutting, especially on that front panel. Oh my gosh, my eyes are itchy. So my cat was mauling me and I'm allergic to her, and my eye whites are like the first thing, they go red and then sometimes they swell. I don't think it's going to swell, but it's itchy. Don't mind me yawning. I'm trying to, excuse me, cut back on my caffeine and drink more water, but man, I'm tired. Let's cross my legs. And I was freezing, so I put on a poncho, like wearing a blanket, and now I'm hot. I don't know if I'm coming or going today. Elba, if you can still hear me, have you made this bag before? Hi, Susan. Okay, Susan, will you be making this bag? Not cutting with us tonight, but will you be making it? I'm usually about 2 cups in the morning, 2 cups in the afternoon for coffee, and I'm trying to skip my afternoon coffee. Maybe I just need to cut it down to 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, because man, I'm dragging. Have you made this one before, Susan, or is this a new one for you? So if you hear Brady, he's right above me and he's streaming. He has a Twitch. He streams on Twitch. And I hear him coming through the vent. Both the boys are home. Brady just got a new job. He's graduating from university mid-March, and he just quit McDonald's. Yesterday was his last day. He's been there for 6 years. He started there when he was 15. So now he's got a couple weeks off before he starts his new job. Teaching how to play games and board games and that kind of thing. It's kind of a fun little job for him while he builds his portfolio for computer programming. So he's super excited. That is almost cold turkey, isn't it, Alma? I'm feeling it. I'm like, I was going to take a little nap before, but then Riley asked me to help him with his income taxes instead. So I did that from 3 to 3:30, and then I came in the room and Elba, I see you got to meet Lauren in person. Is she as wonderful as she seems? I can't wait to meet her in September. Don, he streams video games and such and talks through it. He's actually got quite a following and he's making money doing it. So I can't judge because I kind of do the same. Except for he's teaching gameplay and I'm teaching sewing, so. He's very dynamic on it. He's really, really entertaining. I actually really like watching his Twitch. He's the one that set all this up for me and made it so I could have the picture-in-picture and show me how to do OBS and everything because he'd already been doing it for a while. So he got me all situated. It's 3 minutes to 4 now. We're still super early. We'll give everybody till about 5 after, and then we will get started. And yeah, I can't see today being the full hour because it's super fast to cut out. This bag is just, oh, I love it. For a small bag, it's pretty awesome. I don't have any to show because all the ones that I've made sold right away, which is good. Alba says, Lauren's amazing. I love her. I'm going to get to meet you in September. I just got my plane tickets. Yay! Anna and I are getting together in a couple weeks in Vancouver. We're having a girls' weekend. Well, sort of. She and I rented the guest suite in my brother's condo building. And then my parents are driving me down. It's my brother's birthday a couple days before then. So my parents are going to stay at my brother's place. Anna and I are staying in the guest condo, and we are going to get our tickets and everything all booked. We're going to go to Florida for a week, so I'm excited for that. Hi, Kim. So yeah, we'll have to get a picture for sure, Alba. Me, you, Anna. We'll have to get Lauren in there. That would be super exciting. I have really, like, big sisterly vibes towards Lauren. Well, I'm quite a bit older than she is, but yeah, I adore her. Kim, are you going to be sewing along with that or cutting along with us today? Changed my rotary cutter. You guys will know why soon. Dawn already knows why. I have an announcement to make. It's not going to affect classes at all. Thank goodness. It'll be fun. I look forward to it, Alba. I've never been to Florida before. I actually haven't been to the States since 2004? 2004? It was a time before you even needed a passport to go from Canada to the United States. That was the last time I went. I've only been there, well, I've been there 3 times. Went down to Portland and Florence, Oregon when I was like 15 with my parents. We went camping, and I've been to LA twice. That's it. Alba, I love our community too. The bag making community is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy we live in the time of internet and YouTube and all that, because really none of us would have been able to meet any other way. It's an amazing community and really an amazing thing. So, and we're all of all ages and ethnicities, if that's the right word to say. I don't know, we're just all so accepting of everybody. I love it. Be prepared for sticky humidity. Gross. It can't be worse than what I experienced in Indonesia. Indonesia was terrible. I have never, oh my gosh. And that was winter month. No, that was the wet season I was there, and I did not fare well. Oh my gosh. My makeup melted off my face. My hair was so flat. I was sticky. It was terrible. So hopefully Florida won't be as bad. But I'm excited. I've wanted to go to Sew Magical for a while. And yeah, so Anne and I was going to go this last year, but it just wasn't in the cards. Especially when I had my Indonesia trip and everything. I couldn't do both. But yeah, September, yay. It may do a little bit something funky with our class schedule while I'm away. We may have to change a day one week or whatever, because I will not be teaching classes while I'm there for that week. So there may be one class that we'll end up doing on like a Wednesday or something like that, but we'll still get all the classes in. Yay, so 4:02 now. Let's see who else pops in. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us right now. Of a class of 24. My iPad is over here. I'm like, why do I hear dings? My iPad's going off. So, my sort of announcement. You guys all know how I've been suffering with carpal tunnel pretty bad the last little while. I've been going pretty hard on client orders and getting tutorials out and everything like that. And I went to my doctor today, and he's put me on a sewing time out. What am I going to do? So he's limited me to only 6 to 8 hours of sewing a week for the next 2 weeks. And then we will, I will go back and we will reassess the situation to see if I need more time and physio on it. But thankfully, I can sew 6 to 8 hours a week, so I will be concentrating on the classes for sure. That is going to be my sewing time, because it is my favorite part of my job. Thankfully, I'm getting some client orders done with the classes. And the only other tutorial I think I'm going to be able to work on for the month is, of course, the Wayfarer 2.0 that I have to make because it's my brother's birthday present. So I'm going to be doing like 2 hours on Tuesday for the Tuesday classes, 2 hours on Thursday. I'm not allowed to do more than 2 hours a day. And then a little bit of those other 2 tutorials and bags that I need to make to get them done for the end of the month. So that means that my goal of getting a tutorial out every week is not going to happen for this month, but classes can still go on. That's great. And I can still get the class tutorials for next month done. I just can't do them all in one shebang. I have to kind of separate it out because I have something called cubital Kim will help me, cubital tunnel syndrome. So it's not like carpal tunnel syndrome that runs down your wrist and comes into these 2 fingers. It comes from my neck to my funny bone. And then these 2 fingers are numb. So it kind of comes down this way and it starts up here and it causes a headache. But it's actually your funny bone nerve that's entrapped. And it's my left arm, which makes no sense because I'm right hand dominant. But apparently it's caused from leaning on your elbows too much, which I probably do. See, I just did it right there. But my doctor says a lot of it can be how you're sleeping. And I actually sleep like this on my left side, which is on my left arm. So I have a brace coming that'll go from here to here on this arm. And I'm not going to be able to bend it. Like I'm going to be like a stick man for when I sleep. Because yesterday I took the day off to rest it because it was bugging me. And by the end, hi Cynthia. By the end of the day, it felt good. Went to bed. And then when I woke up this morning, I couldn't even lift anything with this arm. It's okay right now because I did rest it and I put heat on it all day. But yeah, so Kim, you understand my pain? It's weird. It's different than carpal tunnel. It's like, I don't know, the weakness that you get when you can't pick something heavy up with it. Like you just really can't. And it's, when you do, it's almost like somebody's hit your funny bone. And then you get like this tingling and numbness in these 2 fingers. It's bizarre. So he had told me about a month ago at my last appointment that I needed to behave. And I didn't. So yeah. Oh, you know the brace I'm talking about? I only have to wear it at night. So, but it's going to be hard because I sleep like this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sleep. So yeah, so for the next 2 to 4 weeks, yeah, I have limited sewing, but I can still sew. I just have to go between 6 to 8 hours rather than doing 8 to 10 hours a day like I usually do. So Cynthia and Kim, are you sewing along with, or cutting along with us today? It does hurt, doesn't it, Kim? But it's not all the time. But, well, it has been all the time lately. I got in trouble because I take a leave to mask the pain and then I go to work anyways. So I'm just hurting myself. But that's okay. I can still come and sew along with you guys, so it's hard to sleep in. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it. I have it ordered. They didn't have any at the pharmacies here, so I ended up ordering one off of Amazon. Okay, Kim, Kim, have you made this one before? Cynthia, you're just watching? You're not going to be, are you going to be making this one at all, Cynthia? That's right, Kim, it does. It's like, I don't know. I think I'd rather have just carpal tunnel because I'm used to having carpal tunnel. Heat helped a lot. It's not hurting me at all anymore, but I ended up putting a heat pad on it for the afternoon on and off, and it helped a lot. You just decided today to make it awesome. You're going to love this one. It is a fast cut. It's a fairly simple sew. It's actually a good one when you're trying to learn binding because it is a bounds bag. And you guys know how I feel about binding. I loves it. I'm trying to make you guys feel the love for binding as well because especially with carpal tunnel. Then no, oh, this one doesn't sell for you, Cynthia? Really? Isn't it funny how different communities it sells better? I sell these ones like no tomorrow. the first one I made for the tutorial that I did a year ago sold within 10 minutes of posting. And then I haven't actually made any to stock on the website, but I have gotten multiple custom orders for one. And actually the one I'm doing in class is for a customer order. So I'm killing two birds, one stone. Cynthia loves binding too. Me too. Okay, so Cynthia's just going to be cheering us on, which is awesome too. Yay! Any questions before we get started? So this one, the interfacings we use are Decavil Light, I think it calls for. I don't use Decavil Light. I use EB Fuse Heavy in mine. So that's what I will be interfacing mine with. Of course, we don't cut the interfacing in class. We will be cutting that for homework and fusing it on. But yeah, it's actually got fairly minimal interfacing. I'm actually using a canvas from Spoonflower, so I won't be needing to put on any woven interfacings or anything except for my lining pockets and my card slot, because we will do the card slot. The only thing I'm changing in it is I'm going to add a slip pocket, because I like having a small slip pocket in the bag as well. But other than that, we're sticking 100% with the pattern. Yeah, I don't think I'm changing anything. I love this one. We're not even changing the linings at all, because there is no zipper pocket in the lining. It's got the card slot. We have a zipper pocket on the back, but this bag is too small really to do a zipper overlay like I like. So we will do it as per the pattern with the zipper facing. I'm just kind of going through. It's got card slots on one side, and we'll do a slip pocket on the opposite side, but super easy. Yeah, I'm kind of just looking to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Where's my picture? It's right there. Oh, I do not make my crossbody strap detachable though. I just attach it right on. I think it's a waste of hardware when it's not a handbag. It's a crossbody bag, right? So I won't be using the swivel clasps for my crossbody bag. You're more than welcome to do that. I will be just attaching my crossbody strap directly to the bag. Hi, Frankie. Oh, you can't decide on fabrics, but you will be making this with us, yes? How are you today, Frankie? I haven't been able to get a hold of Arub yet. Arub, if you are watching this after the fact, message me, because you are VIP of the month winner. I owe you a $25 gift card. I just need you to get a hold of me if you're watching this. She's not in here right now, but if she watches this later, please, please, please do get a hold of me. Frankie, have you made this one before? I made a mess. I am using 1-inch hardware. 9 times out of 10, I will always use 1-inch hardware, because that's what I stock massive amounts of. I prefer 1-inch hardware. I usually will change it. What size does it call for? I didn't even look at that. Oh, she calls for 3/4 inch. Yeah, I'm using 1-inch. I always change it to 1-inch. So yeah, I guess I changed it a little bit, but yeah, just know that a lot of the time I will always change it to 1-inch. The only times I don't always change it to 1-inch is when it's a backpack. The Trailblazer though will be 1-inch when I do it next month. Yeah, I just noticed it was 3/4 inch. Yeah, I changed it to 1-inch. 3/4 inch for a strap is just a little too skinny for my liking. But that's me. But when we get to cutting the strap, I will explain to you guys what you will be cutting out, because I think that is the only thing that really affects the hardware. Yeah, it is actually, is the strap. Yay. Hey, we'll just give everybody, it's almost 1:15 now, so we'll give everybody 2 more minutes to pop on, and then we will get started. Again, I don't think this is going to be a full class. This is a really fast cut, which is awesome. And yeah, I was a good girl, changed my rotary blade so I can save my arms a little bit. You will not believe how dull that blade was. Oh my gosh, it was dull. Okay, so far I'm cutting along with me today, Dawn, Diane, Elba later on, because she's driving, and Kim. Am I missing anybody that's cutting along? Wanda didn't get her notification. Maybe she doesn't have the bell on. She just has to, Dawn, just tell her to go into the membership tab and it'll be there. Yay, Frankie, you're going to love this one. Thank you, Dawn, for managing it on that side. I can't do all the screens. So if she goes to the YouTube page and goes to my homepage, it should be on there that she can click on membership or go through my membership lives or whatever. I'm not sure what it shows up as on the homepage, but she can access it from there. She may not have hit the bell on this video, but thank you, Dawn. I appreciate you. Dawn the Wonder admin. What would I do without you? All of my admins. You're all so amazing. Okay, so we'll just wait until we can get Wanda to pop in here and then we'll get started. Make sure she wasn't messaging me. Oh, I got Kim here with her fabrics. Ooh, pretty. You guys want to see? Can you see that? There's Kim's choice of fabrics. Those are nice. That gold will go really nice with the gold color in the fabric there, Kim. I like it. Chats. Is she having any luck, Dawn? Oh, I see there. I'm online. We are online. If you are a member. I don't know why she didn't get the notification. Maybe I'll just quickly message her. Hi, Wanda. We are in class. She has to click on the video, Dawn. I'll send her, tell her, I'm going to send her a link right now. I'm messaging her. Let me find it. I have to find it. If she goes to her playlists, if she has playlists set up too, that'll work. Playlists, that's what I'm doing right now. Oh, it may not show there. Sorry guys, I'm just getting Wanda this link. There we go. Okay, tell her, Dawn, if you're talking to her, I just messaged her for my personal account, the link to the class. Hopefully she can get on. I'm just going to see if I can get on my phone with that link. Do you know what? Hold on. I might have it. Do you know what? It's my fault. Let me just quickly... YouTube Studio. I think I have it set to the wrong thing. 1 second. Let me just get this fixed. I'm just going to reset this. Okay, they should have a notification now. I just kind of reset it. Technical difficulties. Should have a notification. I just made it unlisted, and then I put it back to membership. So hopefully, YouTube seems to be having a few technical difficulties. I thought I did something wrong, but I did not. Oh, I see. It made them all Tuesday and Thursday so long, which is not. Yay, we fixed it. Okay. So hopefully that'll get everybody notifications to come in. I don't know why. Hi, Jade. I don't know what happened. What I did was for some reason, I had it labeled Thursday so longs, but when I went into the studio, it wasn't doing it. It said it was Tuesday, Thursday so long, but it was labeled Thursday so long. So I put it to unlisted, and then I switched it again. So we haven't even started yet. So I was wondering where everybody was. So maybe we'll just, sorry everyone. Good thing this is a fast cut. We'll get sure everybody is getting in here. And I will make sure I go through and check out the other videos before next week to make sure it's all good. Oh, I'm glad you guys made it. Yay. And always message me if you don't think that if something's going on. Just make sure, just shoot me a private message on Facebook. Because sometimes I don't know if there's anything going on. But I think it's all working now. Jade and Wanda, will you be cutting along with us today? Yeah, so glad you guys made it. I'm so glad Don was keeping an eye on the Facebook page. So for everybody that's just joining us, I was just saying I'm in sewing jail, sort of. I'm on a timeout. I can only sew 6 to 8 hours a week for the next couple weeks to rest up my issue I have happening. Oh, thanks, Frankie. Thank you for the coffee. I appreciate it. I really need to change my goal because we made that goal already. So my doctor says I can only sew 2 hours at a time and only to a maximum of 8 hours a week for 2 weeks, potentially 4 weeks, depending how things go, because I abuse my arms. Oh, you're ahead, Jade? Awesome. Okay, Wanda's just watching. Will you be making it, Wanda, or are you just going to watch? And Jade is going to be doing it with us. Awesome. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, classes are not affected at all. The only thing that'll be affected is how fast I'm pumping out tutorials, because I was planning on doing like 1 or 2 a week, and I'm going to be lucky to get 1 done. So for this month, I will have the Wayfarer 2.0 that'll go up. That's the backpack size with the binding method. It'll go, as soon as I have it up, it'll go exclusive to members first and I will launch it on like the 8th of April. And then, of course, the Wayfarer one will go public on the 1st. So you're going to be making the bag too? Awesome. But watching today. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, I'm just happy that I can still do the classes. But yeah, I was a bad girl. So, all right, so it's already 25 after. We've got everything figured out, it looks like. So I will have to go through and double check all my other pre-recorded to make sure that they're okay. But I will do that later. Let me just flip this down. Okay. Look how messy everything is. It drives me nuts. Okay, how is the view? Is the light and everything okay? All right. So, first thing we're going to start with is our main fabric. So for mine, this is client's order. I'm making it as per her specifications. She's got good taste, so I'm not too worried. This is a canvas that I got from Spoonflower that she chose out. And I'm choosing this because this is going to be the hardest part for me, because she wants me to fussy cut these red roses to be like the main focal point on the flap. And then she wants me to make sure that it kind of mirrors. So when you have the flap closed, we have like a seamless line behind it as well, if that makes any sense at all. So let me figure out where I'm working from. So yeah, I got to find areas that repeat. So there's one. Another fussy customizing, hey? Yeah, she's got really nice taste. I've made quite a few bags for her. She's actually got 5 bags on order, so they're actually not due till October, which is good because I can't make them all right now. But because this came up, I'm like, hey, well, I'm going to get this one made early. So I see that this area and this area kind of mirror each other, so that is what I'm going to work with. So the very first thing I'm going to cut, and if you aren't fussy cutting, you don't have to worry about it. That's my slip pocket. So I want a fussy cut, so when I have my, where is it, flap over my slip pocket, that the fabric's going to all line up, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do my flap first. I want this to kind of be the focal point, but I want to kind of have it off-centered in a way to kind of give it some dimension, if that makes sense. Or should I do it centered? Again, she's kind of given me, like, I'm thinking, well, maybe it's going to be kind of centered. Sometimes I kind of like it to be off to one side. You love the colors. We're going to be using a red vinyl as well, so it's going to be super pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to make it kind of centered. So I want to catch that whole flower in this flap. And I think that'll do it right. I was trying to think if I should have it down in a corner, but I think centered for this one is going to be perfect. So right there is about centered. And down. To accent that, I think it's a 3/8 seam allowance. I'd have to look. Usually in Sew Yours it is, and that gives me plenty of room so I don't cut up that flower. I'm going to open this up, and then I'm going to cut that. Center it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing too. Centered your purple flower. Does that look nice and centered? I think so. I think that's pretty centered. Kind of just eyeballing it. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm going in. So that's what's really nice about this bag, is you can have such a pretty focal point right on that flap. Or you could do it in all solids, whatever you like. So, ooh. So Sorry, brand new rotary blade. It's heavenly. That's delicious. Why do I wait so long to change my rotary blade? Tell me this. Riddle me this. Ow. Right into my drawer that's open. This fabric is kind of hard to see though. Okay. Where didn't I cut? Fussy cut, fussy cut, fussy cut. So I think that'll be pretty. So that'll be my flap. It kind of gives a little bit of the other colors, and that looks pretty centered. So next, what I want to do is kind of have this. Okay. So we want, when the flap is closed, we kind of want this to fall on top. So it's nice and close. So I am going to quickly, because it's a magnetic snap closure. Again, this is me thinking it through because I want it to be, I know what I'm going to do. This is me just thinking, you guys. So this is going to be, this will be on my, what this is my exterior. So I'm going to have a cotton exterior, and these are going to be on top of it like this, right? So I know this is going to be my height. So I'm just kind of using this for my placement of everything. So I can make sure, and I'm just lining up my lines, have this lined up with the top of this. This is just my fussy cutting process. You can do it my way or not. And I'm just going to make sure these line up perfectly. See there how they line up? And then I can kind of take my exterior slip pocket here, and I'm going to line it up underneath my main pattern piece here. I know this seems super confusing, but I want that fussy cutting to be as close as it can be, and this is the way I did it last time and it worked good. So I have that all lined up with that. Does this make sense? Make sure it's nice and straight. And because I'm using cotton, I'm actually going to pin that pattern piece in place. Does this make sense what I just did? You guys, are you following my process? Okay. So I'm going to take some pins, and it's probably not going to be exact, but I want to make sure it's perfect. So why my clients really like me, because they ask the impossible. I mean, if I could just cut it anywhere, it'd be so much easier. I'm just going to pin my bottom piece, slip pocket piece here in place. So when I go to cut it, it's staying where I need it to be. Okay, so there we go. That's where it's going to be. Totally makes sense? Use your pattern pieces to the most. So we've cut one of our flaps, exterior flaps, and now I'm going to cut that slip pocket piece, one exterior, and tell me wrist still isn't really great, hey? Definitely will not be using scissors today if I can help it. Coco says hi. But yeah, my clients are challenging me lately with this fussy cutting. Holy moly. Okay, so now I'll know if it's good. So I'll take the slip pocket piece, and I'm going to pretend this piece is already cut out. And I'm just going to put this along the bottom of this, because this is where they're going to line up. And then I'm going to take my flat piece and line it up with that top, as centered as it can be. And look at that. See how close it is down here? So when this closes, it's going to be nice and continuous. Now I'm going to attempt the same thing with the main back panel. So then you're not even like, because this little part's going to show. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't match up, but if it does, it's delicious. So I think I did okay. I think I'm happy with that. So I'll put these two away. I'm going to still want to keep my flap piece out. And I got to find a third time where this is repeating this pattern. Fussy cutting wastes so much, I swear. Now, if you aren't fussy cutting, just go ahead and cut these pieces and you're probably done way before me, which is okay too. Where am I looking? Where am I looking? Looking for my repeat. That one isn't it. I need a repeat. Really? Is that really where my next repeat is going to be? Ugh, I hate that. It wastes so much. She paid for this fabric though, so it's all good. So, oh, maybe that's not my, here's my repeat right here. Is this my repeat? Do we see any other closer repeats? Nope, I think that's our next repeat. So again, I want it to be repeated cutting one of these exteriors. Hi Lauren, just watching today. We had some technical difficulties in the beginning, so we got started a little bit late. It didn't send notifications to everybody. Okay, so I got that pinned on there. I'm going to match up my repeat here. Got my flap on. I'm just matching it up. Again, you don't have to be this picky. This is just how my brain works. Okay. So that's good. So I'm just going to hold this in place and cut out that front exterior piece. That's what's nice when you have a bag that is a quick cutout and an easy and fast sew, is taking the time to do the little extra details like this that will help that bag sell. And you know what's funny? All the bags I've made of these have all been floral for all of my clients. It's really bizarre. Okay. So let me just kind of put this right so you can see this. So to see if we got this right. So when we go to build this, this is going to be our main panel. This is going to be our slip pocket. And when I put this on, see what I mean? Look, it all matches up. You could barely see that there was anything there. And then when we go to put our flap on, and it's going to be centered right about there. Seriously now, we're matched up in this little corner here and down here. And this is what my client wanted. This fabric here is canvas as well, Jade, that I'm using. I won't be putting a medium woven interfacing on it, but I will be interfacing it with EB Fuse Heavy or Decaville Light. So that part you will have to interface, but if you're using a canvas, you don't have to do a medium woven interfacing because it's already got quite a bit of, it's quite substantial already. So yeah, I wouldn't on a canvas use a medium woven interfacing at all. I would just use the main stabilizer. Okay, so now that I've made cutting the first three pieces super complicated, any questions about that? What do you guys think of my process? Can you think of an easier way to do it? I'm a very visual person when it comes to cutting this stuff out, so I need to lie them on top of each other. Okay, now next, I got to do my back exterior piece, which is also going to be in this cotton. Keeping in mind that right about here, we're going to have a zipper. And I want to use up some of the space that isn't being used, but I know that she still will want a red flower in there. But I don't want my zipper that we're going to have in the back there taking it all up, if that makes sense. So how do I want to do this? Trying to picture it. It's the back panel. It's not as important, but I do want to incorporate a red rose in it. And I really like the gray rose. The repeat on this print is bizarre. It's there, but it's not. What do you guys think? Where should I go? You like my method, Elba? It's complicated, isn't it? I'm almost debating like right here, because I really like this gray flower. And if I do kind of right there, I get that gray flower on the side, the red flower on the bottom, and then the zipper will go right about here, so it kind of misses that red flower a little bit. What do you guys think? Plan, 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 think, think, think. I want to get that whole flower. I don't care if I get the whole gray flower, because it's kind of a side accent. You like the visual too? Probably even bring that over more and have that red flower kind of off kilter a little bit, I think. Where is it sitting? I'm going to try right there. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, I have plenty of fabric here that I can cut out more. I'm making her a matching mini classic zipper-on wallet to go with this, so I really don't... I'm going to have a lot of this left over because I got a whole yard of this. So it'll go in my stash. I charge my clients an upcharge when they do spoon flower, and she paid extra to get this canvas even, because she prefers that. I'm also going to be doing her lining fabrics in this as well. But I want to concentrate, whoops, that's coming loose. I want to concentrate on the fussy cutting first, because then the rest is easy. Instead of necessarily what works for me may not work for you. I think that's going to be, oh, that's going to be really pretty. So this will be the back panel. There will be a zipper right about here. I think this gray on the left is just a really nice corner piece, and it still has the red there. I think that'll be really nice. What do you guys think? Think that's a good cut? Keeping in mind we'll have a zipper right here. I think so. Okay, and I'm just going to write on the back of this that this is my exterior back, because I am cutting my linings out of the same. Make sure it doesn't show through. Yeah, exterior front. Okay. And I believe that is it for our main. Now, is anybody doing the whole bag in the same thing? I'm doing cotton front and back and all that, and then my gussets and my zipper panels are going to be in vinyl. That's my plan. I'm going to mark on here. I have done my exterior slip pocket exterior. I have done my flap closure exterior. Where's my exterior panels? I've done my exterior panels, 2 of them. Adjustable strap is going to be in vinyl. I'm going to do my strap connectors in vinyl. So you guys just got to think about what you want your pieces to be. So take a look at your pattern piece. I definitely want mine to be, my strap connectors to be in vinyl. Keep in mind, if you're using vinyl, those could get a little bit thick. So those will be, that'll be vinyl. My zipper panels will be vinyl, and so will my gusset. So I'm done cutting my exterior panels of the fabric, of my main accent fabric, but we still have to do the linings. So my main linings are going to be the same fabric. That'll be lovely jade. That's going to give you such a great, it's going to give you really, really good structure in this bag, especially with the binding. Just keep in mind what your machines are sensitive to, because if you're using a canvas and a vinyl and we're binding, but this bag has minimal interfacing, so you should be fine, because we're going to be fusing our EB Fuse Heavy or our Decavol Light. Actually, Bouncy Firm, if you have that, would work really good. Ooh, I have some of that. No, I won't use it. I don't know the product very well, and this is a client order. But we're going to have no interfacing unless you've got the medium woven interfacing, in our bound edges. That's what makes this such an amazingly easy to bind bag, because we're not worrying about the thickness of the foam and the stuff in that in those areas. Okay, so now that I'm doing my lining pieces, this is where I go, okay, let's use up as much. Of course, I cut too far into that. I hate wasting spoonflower fabric because it's so expensive. I'm not fussy cutting my lining panels, but what I am going to do is I am going to go, and I don't even care where I'm laying this. I just want to use up the space so I'm not wasting any. So I'm going to cut one here of my lining panels because we're using the same fabric as our exterior. So no fussy cutting for me here. I just want to have as least amount of waste as I can, because I'm sure I can get another project out of this at one point in time. So usually I would cut 2 at a time, but I'm not, just because I am trying to use up my space. I think I have my thing on upside down. Let me just fix this. Are you doing the same thing as me, Dawn? Excellent. Okay, I think this is supposed to go this way. So I changed my rotary blade and I always forget which way. Oh. Uh-oh. I really should treat myself to a new one. I can never remember which way this goes on. It goes on that way. Nope. Let me try again. I have had this rotary cutter, I swear, for 4 years. It really, really, truly is time to buy something new. That's better. Okay, so that's one of my lining panels. And now I'm going to find another piece where I want to save some of the fabric. Right here. This looks good to me. Can I get it out of here? No, we'll go right here. Okay, so cut your second lining panel. Okay, so we should have two exterior panels and 2 lining panels in pattern piece A. That is all done. Again, if you're using a woven on this, make sure you back it with a medium woven interfacing. I'm using canvas, so I'm not going to. All that will be interfaced on these are the Deckable Heavy EB Fuse heavy pieces. Okay. So I'm going to set those aside. I got to work with that slip pocket still. Now I am also going to cut a piece that is 6 inches by 8 inches for an interior slip pocket out of my lining. I'm actually going to use my exterior for that as well, because I'm going to use one of these pretty flowers as a centerpiece for that. I may as well go red center one for her because she likes the flowers. And then I will have a red strip on top of that too, binding strip. So I'm just going to use my 6x8 ruler. I'm going to use this flower here, maybe. I have to cut it this way, aren't I? So it's a very, very, very small pocket. So you can decide if you want to put it in or not. 6x8. Does that make sense? So it'll fold up this way, be 4 inches by 4 inches. I wrote down 6x8 slip pocket. I make notes and I don't necessarily know what they mean. Okay, so this is, yeah, okay. So it's going to be 6 inches wide. So the slip pocket's going to sit in there. So this is 6 inches to there. So it's going to be a very small slip pocket. So the 8 is the length and the 4 is the width for the slip pocket. So I just want to make sure I get this red flower in the top part of the 4 because that's going to be my center. if that makes sense. 6, no, 4, 6 by 8. So I have my rose. This will be the front part of my pocket because I want that to be the accent. So that's in the first 4 inches. And then this is the side that will fold under for the back side. For that slip pocket. I know, my brain works weird. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. Okay, I think that'll be good. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this piece here and then I will trim it up. So again, you want it to be 6 inches wide and 8 inches long. If you're adding in the slip pocket like me, it's a very, very tiny one. Okay, right there. So this is what that slip pocket's going to look like that. That's how tiny it's going to be. But you can see that's how it's going to fit in this little itty bitty bag, just like that. Does that make sense? Okay, I'll let everybody catch up. Let me know when you get there and we will move on. I'm done with this exterior, I think. Maybe not. No, I'm not. So I've done my exterior linings, or my linings for my lining. I've done my slip pocket. No, that's my front slip pocket, flap closure. I got to do my gusset still. You did a zipper pocket? You could definitely do that on that opposite side, for sure. Make it your own. Okay, I'm not done with this fabric just yet. So everybody let me know when you're ready to move on. As I organize myself here, stabilizer, I need this, stabilizer. Okay. Clean this up a little bit. How's everybody making out? Move this out of the way for a second. So keep in mind now, when I'm working with this fabric, I am working with my lining fabric now. Because my exterior and my lining fabric are the same. I'm going to have some red fabric in there to accent it, but... And again, this is my brain wanting to use up every little bit as I possibly can of this. Oh yeah, it's satisfying. So give everybody till about 5-2. Let me know if when you're done. And how are you, Lauren? I missed you. I'm visiting Brady upstairs. Let me know how you're making out. Dawn's ready. Give everybody another 2 minutes or so. I promise nothing else is complicated as that fussy cutting was. Diana's ready. Jade's ready because she's ahead of the game. Kim, were you cutting with us? I forgot to mark it down. Jade is ready. Oh my gosh, Kim. Lucky you. What a treat. Okay, we will keep going then. All right, so now we are working with our lining fabric, okay? It's a little confusing because my exterior and my lining fabric are the same. So next we are going to, with our lining fabric, we are going to cut 2 zipper panels with lining. So I'm going to just take this and I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to use up this piece. This bag, did I mention, is an amazing scrap buster by far. Okay, so I have it folded up, so I'm working with 2 layers, and I'm going to cut both of these at the same time. I'm not worried about the print or anything on it because they are the underside of the zipper panel and we're never going to see them. Oh, this rotary cutter. I'm terrible. I will tell you, I maybe change my rotary blade once a month. And I don't know why I torture myself. Okay, make sure I cut those okay. I know I went off a little bit, so I will just clean it up. Okay, so that gives us our 2 zipper panels. So that's those there. We'll put this aside because we are still going to have to cut out our exterior pieces of this, which I'm doing in vinyl. So I'm going to throw this in the still cutting bin over here. Next, I'm going to go right in and cut my zipper pocket facing. This is for the exterior of the bag. So this will be on the back. You kind of want to make sure it's a similar color because when we turn this facing out, you may get a little bit of this fabric showing through. So I tend to like to use the same fabric that I cut the exterior with. So I'm just going to cut this out of this. It doesn't have to be pretty and perfect because it's just a facing. Again, if you're using cotton on any of these pieces, you would also be backing them with the medium woven interfacing. So that's that piece done. So we've done our, where are we? Zipper pocket facing is done, and 2 lining zipper panels. And the only other thing I'm doing in this fabric now is the gusset. I don't think I'm going to get lucky with this. Am I? No. Okay. I'm going to toss this. I'm tossing this, you guys, believe it or not. So keep in mind the fabrics you're using, because I'm using 3 different fabrics with this bag. Because I'm complicated. Well, no. My client is complicated. So I'm going to look at places where I don't want to waste my fabric again. Where did I put my... I just had it. Where did it go? There it is. As I'm throwing stuff on the floor. And I think I see an opportunity right here. This is where... Oh, no. I'm going to cut my lining gusset piece right at this part here. And then I won't be wasting hardly any of this exterior fabric. Okay, so put your lining panel down and go ahead and cut her out. Hi, Riley. I hear my eldest. Okay. So that is my lining gusset panel. You're going to cut yours this weekend, Lauren? Okay. You know, you can message me if you have any questions. That looks like I went a little off kilter there, so I'm going to fix it. I did. So I'm trying to keep it under the camera. Usually I cut like this and I'm over top of it, but I'm trying to make it so you guys can see what I'm doing. So sometimes it doesn't go, not that it would matter. Binding is such a forgiving process. So, okay, so we'll put this aside because we'll be doing it in the exterior fabric as well. Okay, and that's my gusset piece. Now I'm on a kick of making my own binding out of materials I use. I don't know if I'm going to do that with this one. I may just use a pre-made gray binding or black binding. I will have to see, because this is just like precious canvas. So yeah, I may end up just using double fold bias tape for it, just because I can use this beautiful fabric for a different project and not waste it on bias tape. Okay. So that means I am all done with this. You guys let me know when you're ready and we'll move on to the final lining pieces and then the final exterior pieces. I've got a good chunk of this left. I'm so proud of me. I'm going to cut off all the messy parts though that I won't use, like here, here, and here. And then look, I can make a whole other bag with this, I'm sure. And I will. My fabric to be put away pile is huge over here. I'm not going to show it to you guys. It's a mess. All right, so let me know when you're ready. And then we'll move on. So this red is just a cotton fabric. I am going to be doing my card slots in, card slots and card slot back, my linings for my zipper pockets, as well as the back side of my outside slip pocket, the underside of my flap, and I think that's it. So give it another 3 minutes or so. I'm going to need my big ruler. I hear Riley's cell phone right outside my door. Lauren called herself editing Laura. That's awesome. Lauren, that's awesome. How's everybody making out? So far, pretty fast cut, hey? Besides the fussy cutting part, if you're doing it. Does anybody else roll the fabric on comic board? I do when I'm not being lazy. I really have to file away a lot of my new fabrics on the boards, but Dawn's ready. Alba, your pattern pieces are pulling a Houdini. Don't you hate it when that happens? Look in the fridge. Whenever I can't find something, it's in the fridge. That's why when I'm looking for something, everybody says, look in the fridge. Diane's ready. Jade's ready because she cut it out already. Okay, so now I'm going to go down the list. So this red is going to be my pop on my lining because I am using my exterior fabric as that, and my client is really all about the red. So I'm going to just work myself down the lining list. First thing I'm going to do is cut my card slots out of this. And all of this, because this is cotton, will be lined with a medium woven interfacing, of course. So card slots, 5.5 by 23.5 inches. So I'm going to use my 24-inch ruler here. I'm actually going to cut it the full 6 because this is my selvage here. I'm just going to put it right along my selvage. And I'm going to put this, and I will trim off that inch or ½ inch here momentarily. Maybe I'll go a little further. Put it right along there. And we want 23.5. So I'm going to trim up one side after, just to get rid of that selvage. Actually, do you know what? Silly Brandy, don't cut along the selvage. Cut this way. I'm going to cut this way. Okay, so I got my raw edge here. So I'm going to just do the full length of my 6 by 24 ruler and then trim it up after because I do have the selvage on this side. So just get the main going and then trim up that last ½ inch on each side after, just to get it off of this. Okay. So off of this one, I love this ruler so much. My friend Melissa of So Yours picked me up one of Lauren's 8 by 24 rulers at Sew Expo when she was there. So I'll be picking that up when I go. Okay, so we want this to be 23.5 by 5.5. So now that's where I'm going in and getting my actual size and trimming off the excess that I cut. Make sure I'm double checking. 5.5, 5.5 by 23.5. And that'll be my card slots. Okay. So we will put that aside there. That one's done. Card slots is done. Cross it off. Next, we want to cut our card slot back. I'm doing it with the same material. And we want to cut that piece as per the pattern at 5.5 by 5 7/8. So I'm going to do the 5 7/8 this way. This is my 6 by 12 ruler. I want 5.5 by 5 7/8. I love, and I know it's not for everybody, cutting pattern pieces with rulers because it's almost like having an acrylic template. It's a good size ruler, hey Cynthia? Okay, and again, I will be backing this with a woven interfacing. So there's my card slot back. But yeah, having ruler pieces, I'd rather use my ruler and measurements to cut all my squares and rectangles because one, saves on paper and ink because we know that's expensive. And it's like you have an acrylic template. It's great, but you do have to double check your measurements. Okay, so zipper pocket linings. I'm going to cut them a little bit different. No, we'll just do them the same. So we're going to do how many am I making? 1 zipper pocket. We're going to cut it 7 inches by 8 inches. I need a bigger ruler. Okay, I'm going to cut my zipper pocket pieces in two right away. In the pattern, just because I don't want to grab my other ruler. In the pattern, she cuts it all as one piece and then cuts it in half or folds it out of the way or what have you. We're just going to do it the way I usually do it, and we'll cut 2 zipper pocket lining pieces 7 inches wide. And it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do 2 pieces at 7 by 6. That's 1. And that's 2. So 2 zipper pocket lining pieces at 7 by 6. 5.5 by 5.5 where? For which part? For your card slot back? I have the tester pattern, so maybe mine's off. Mine says 5.5 by 5 7/8. But again, mine is the tester pattern. Worst case scenario, I'm trimming up a piece. So go with what your pattern says. Mine says 5.5 by 5 7/8, but mine may not be the updated pattern. If you've cut it big, like larger like mine, it's not going to matter because we can definitely fix that later. I tested this pattern. Maybe we didn't notice that when I don't know. I made mine just like for all the measurements that were in this one. So it'll work out okay too. It's a piece that won't matter so much. But yeah, it is probably 5.5 by 5.5 then, because you weren't a tester, so you would have the actual pattern. So, all right. So what did I just cut? Lining zipper pockets. Okay, so guys, let me know when you're ready to move on. We're almost done with the lining. Now in the pattern, she has you make your own binding. So choose which binding method you want to do, whether you're doing waterproof canvas or bias fold tape like me. I'm just going to use a pack of bias fold tape. I'm not going to make mine. We're so close to being done already, you guys, even with technical difficulties. Dawn's ready. I'm excited to make this bag. I haven't made one in a while. We have like an incredible sunset going on right now. Half the sky is like black because it looks like it's gonna rain. And then we have like red and orange on this side, and the sun is shining so bright against my car there. It's so pretty. Another minute or two. Another minute. Sometimes I wish I could hear you guys. It gets so quiet. Diane's ready. Okay. So now for the lining side of my slip pocket, I'm doing it in this red. And the underside of my flap, I'm doing it in this red. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut out those two pieces. And probably fit them right here. So that's slip pocket B and then your flap C. What I love about this bag too is that it's very minimal interfacing and hardware. It's pretty good. Okay, so that's, I can put these two pieces together. The kids are talking so loud. Can you guys hear them? Okay, and then my flap closure lining piece too. So I'm just gonna go here. I have all of this for a different project. Throw in my pile that I have to put away. I guess if I'm in sewing timeout, I can still organize my sewing room, right? I think so. Because that side of my room over there, I'm embarrassed by how messy it is. Oh my gosh. And then I believe that is it for lining. And yes, my vinyl, I am using Crimson Red Pearl Vinyl. Make sure they're the same colorway. I think so. There they are. Of the Pearl line from Galaxy Customs because it's my favorite. You just hear them muffled. They're either there's nobody here and the dogs are noisy, or the boys are home and the dogs are quiet and the boys are noisy. I can't win. Okay. So we've done binding. We have. You either make your own. Flap closure is done. So yeah, that's all of the lining done. Your room is the same. And then I take time later on and it'll just be so incredibly clean. I actually think I'm going to save this piece for, because I'm making a mini classic zip around wallet for her and I think it'll fit on that piece. So we'll do that. Just give everybody about 3 more minutes. We're so close to being done. Yay! Piling everything on Tiffany over here. Clean up my table. I was supposed to do a full tutorial today and no, I couldn't. Not allowed. So sad. I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm not busy 10 hours a day. I just don't. I can't even knit. I'm not allowed to do anything. And yesterday, because I had to take yesterday off for the same reason, I got all of my admin, all of my webpage and all of my bags that I've had forever that I didn't get listed for my clients on. And would you believe the last 2 days I've sold 8 bags. I've already made bags. I sold my Duncan Messenger bag. That was the bag of the month for March. It's behind me right now. She has to pick it up. But I was kind of sad because I was going to keep that one. I sold my pink bomb.com that we made in class. I sold my large Blanche that we made in class. I sold the martini that we made in class. What else did I sell? I sold a couple other, but I can't remember what they are. They're already gone. I'm kind of looking to see. Oh, I sold that little Conan that's crossed with the classic handbag. Yeah, I did really, really well. So I was happy. Diane, you clean yours when it's time to go home. That's right, because you come back home to the north. One day I will be moved upstairs into Brady's room when he moves out, and he has an uncarpeted floor. Like it's a laminate wood floor, and I actually really look forward to that. It's the room that's directly above me. So it's similar in size, but it's longer. And then I'll also have Dave's office upstairs, so that'll be nice. And then this will turn back into our bedroom again. Because this is actually the master bedroom. Dave and I are in the smallest room in the house for our bed. I don't know how I'm only going to sew 8 hours a week, Cynthia. I don't know. I'm so used to working like 12-hour days, like 6 days a week, but I guess that's what's put me in this predicament. My arms don't hurt at all. Oh, no, they do. Not hurting as bad as it was. I can't twist it. Ooh, it'll be fine. It was a great sale day, so that was over Tuesday and Wednesday. I was pretty happy. There was a time before I started doing YouTube and all that I wouldn't have any excess bags. It would be all custom, and then anything that I made for tutorials or whatever when I was first starting out, they would sell right away. But I've marketed them so hard to get them out there. But now that my main focus and passion is the classes and more the channel, I always forget to put them on the website and to do the marketing. So I'm happy to say that when I actually want to do it and I do the marketing, that I can clear out some of those bags. So, but I do have some from past classes, like the Take 3s are still there, the Dandelion's still there, and my White Melanie, surprisingly enough, is still there. So I think I may do, if they're still there in July, I may do a Christmas in July auction, just like I did in January, just to make room, because you can see all up there, I'm full. Like, I need to make space. So, all right, are we ready to go on? So now we're going to do the rest of our exterior. Again, I'm using this vinyl. We're going to go ahead and draw out our crossbody strap. I'm just going to use the width of the vinyl. Now I am using 1-inch hardware, so I'm going to do the width of my vinyl, which is 54 inches by 4 inches. If you are doing the 3/4 inch, oh no, Jade, you're changing your mind about it and you're going to cut it out again. Make 2, they're fast. So if you are using 3/4 inch hardware like the pattern, you would cut 3 inches by the width, 54, 55 inches. I'm using 1-inch hardware, so I'm going to cut it 4 inches. So just like I always do, I'm going to draw on the back of my vinyl. Okay, and then while I'm here, I'm also going to do that halfway mark line. So that is my crossbody strap. Crossbody strap will also be homework, because we all know how to make one. And if I know everybody in the class knows how to make one already, so we're just going to go with that. Okay. Next, we are going to take our zipper panels and we're going to draw out 2 zipper panels. Again, you can ruler draw it or you can use the pattern piece. Actually, I don't know if she gives us, no, she doesn't give us the measurements of this. So I'm going to draw out my 2 zipper panels. What's nice about this is they're all straight lines and rectangles. Oops, went off kilter. There's one zip panel. There's my second one. Isn't this bag lovely to cut out though? It's so fast. I just love it. Zip panel. And fast to interface too. Like it's a real treat. Okay, then I'm going to take my gusset piece and I'm going to cut out my gusset. you guys notice what I'm doing here? After watching my last couple videos, do you understand what I'm doing here? I always try, if I'm not going to take up a whole roll, I always try to make sure I leave 4 inches along the top part so I can get a crossbody strap out of it for another project, because I'm a weirdo like that. And this one I will definitely have that. I can see this one not taking all 4 classes too, which is good because the Wayfarer may take a little bit longer. So if we finish this one in 3 classes, the Wayfarer class, the Tuesday class, may take over the Thursday that week in case we need an extra one. Okay, so there's my gusset. And then what else do we have? Strap connectors. So we need to cut 2 strap connectors. Again, I'm using a 1-inch hardware. Now she's cutting it 1.5 inches high. I'm actually going to cut mine a little bit more because I'm also going to be putting in rivets, and I like to have a little more. I always make my connectors a little bit longer just in case. You can always trim them up. So I am going to make a box that's 4 inches. How does she do this? Let me set. I'm trying to remember. For those of you that have made it, she does double fold for these, doesn't she? Yeah, she does. I can see it in the picture there. So I'm going to do 4 inches long, or 4 inches wide. Holy, my brain just shut off. Wow, 4. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Has your guys' brain ever just totally shut off? We're going to go 4 inches because that'll be the whole thing by... It's just weird because usually I do my connectors half of the width, but for this one you do want to have it fold under, so because it sticks up. 4 inches by, and she does them by 1.5 height. I'm going to do mine by 3 just to give a little extra. So do 2 that are 4 inches by 3 inches. If you're doing the 1-inch hardware, you can also use what she's using in there. You could do these just by 1.5 height if you wanted to. And I'm going to do my center line down the middle. So that's 1 connector, 4 inches by 3 inches. And then if you are using the, am I thinking right? Yes, I am. And if you are doing the 3/4 inch, you would be cutting them 3 inches wide by 1.5 inches, or you can do them just 3 by 3 if you wanted to. I did mine 4 by 3, yeah. You can do them as per the pattern too. I just like to have that little extra so I can put rivets in to grab it a little bit more, and I can always trim it up later. So, and the center line down the middle, because we will be doing these connectors like they are straps. Does that make sense? Zipper panels, gusset. And then that's it. And we can go ahead and we can cut these out. And I have enough left over for another crossbody strap if I ever make a bag out of the red, which I will. So I'll cut here first. I love this table because it's as long as my vinyl. I could just go all the way across. Okay. Drawing on the back is awesome. Because then you don't waste stuff. Oops. My hand isn't as steady as it usually is. It's angry at me. Okay, so there's my 2 exterior zip panels. I'll put them with my lining ones. Does everything make sense? Any questions? Please do ask. I said I always, in these classes, you guys get a trip into my brain and how it works, even when it does shut off. Gusset piece. And my 2 connector pieces. Ooh, and I get to play with red thread. I don't get to play with red thread very often. 2 connector pieces. Look at that. I have a perfect piece to do a crossbody strap with another project in this vinyl, which makes me really happy. All right, so that's it. That's all of our pieces. It's very, very minimal compared to our Tuesday bag. So then for homework, all you have to do is cut your stabilizer pieces, your Deckable Heavy, not Deckable Heavy, Deckable Light or your EB Fuse Heavy or whatever you're using for that stabilizer, and fuse it outside of the seam allowances on the pieces it's called for in the pattern. If you have used medium woven or cotton interfacings, make sure you back that with medium woven interfacing like SF101 or what I'll be using, EB Fuse Light. I don't use red material very often. I'm excited about this because I really do like red, and I just love this pearl vinyl. Like, it's so pretty. So I'm actually treating her with this. This is usually an upgrade, but I couldn't find a red that matched the roses as perfect as this, so I threw in the upgrade for her because she's such a great client. So it'll be a nice surprise for her. Yeah. So yeah, just interfacing for homework. You can do your crossbody strap if you want to for homework. Again, you can decide if you are going to, on your crossbody strap, do it with the swivel clasps on the ends. I'm just going to put mine right onto the rectangular ring. So I guess that's where my hardware is slightly different. I won't be using D rings because I'm not using the swivel clasp. I will be using rectangle rings because I will just be feeding them in there. That's my plan. Everything makes sense? I hope you enjoyed the trip into my brain as I figure out how to fussy cut things. Yeah, that's it. That's all. How fast is that? So that took us, I don't know, 45 minutes, maybe. We got a late start. We had a lot of chatting, trying to figure out our technical difficulties. So half hour, 45. So yay. So yeah, that's it. That's all. That's it for cutting class. I'm going to go and I'm going to double check those videos, and I'm going to reset the next couple classes things to make sure that YouTube isn't acting up. So you guys get your notifications for sure next week. It's so fast, hey? It's kind of nice to have the fast and an easy bag after a few complicated ones. I mean, this one does have binding, but it is the perfect bag to master your binding on too, so. And it's easy to turn. So hopefully by 4th class, I'm able to turn it. Otherwise, Dawn has to come over. She'll have to make the trip over so she can turn my bag for me. This one might be hard for Dave to turn too because it's small. It is super quick. I seriously, I really have to consider making a couple of these up for market season because they are a smaller crossbody and they are a lower price point, and I honestly think that they would go, I think they would sell really well. Dawn made her own binding. Dawn got a binding maker. I think I have one coming too from Amazon. I think it'll just help. I'm really into using my linings and making my own binding because when you do that, you almost cannot see the binding. I'm actually really debating using this canvas as one. We'll see. Except for I don't want it to have any raw edges, so I would still have to double fold it. So yeah, we'll see. I might. I have a few weeks to think about it. All right, any questions before we call it? So we are finished about 25 minutes early. You guys know, for those of you that are cutting after the fact, if you have any questions about how my brain was working or whatever, you can always message me. I'm always available unless I'm sleeping or, ooh, except for next Wednesday, I have another spa day. Woo, yay me. I'm getting spoiled. A spa day next Wednesday. Oh, I'm getting spoiled from that because I won a draw. My last spa day I went to, I entered a draw, and the next, because it was their 10-year anniversary of being open, and then the next day they did the draw and I won. So I won a 2-hour relaxation massage and reflexology massage. So I'm like, yummy. I need it. All right. I will, because I won't be launching any tutorials the next couple weeks quickly. I'm going to save up all my mail. Next week, I'm hoping to go live with Anna. I don't know yet for sure if we're doing that for her retail drop again, do another watch and shop type thing. If it all works out, we will see. And if not, I am saving all of my mail for a Canadian live mail opening, just so I have a video going up every week still. So I actually, you can probably see behind me on my ironing board, that's my Emmeline order. I'm not going to show it to you now though, because I'm saving it. Yay. All right. Well, if there's no questions, we are going to call it. Get them to work on my arms. Yeah, maybe they can. I wonder if that would be good for releasing that. It's the funny bone nerve that's entrapped. Isn't that bizarre? Ow. It hurts though. And it is, because I push on my funny bone and that's where it hurts. It was nice to win something because I've had some really crappy luck the last couple months. So it's nice that something good has happened. So yeah, tomorrow night we're going out for dinner with my parents and my kids and my son's girlfriend and my 2 aunts and uncles for Dave's 51st birthday. We're going out for dinner. We didn't celebrate his 50th last year because of COVID getting in the way, so we're celebrating his 50th on his 51st. Just small, just the family that we're super close with. And then on Saturday, Brady's birthday is coming up, his 22nd birthday. So because he's starting a new job and because he's been a starving student for so long, all of his clothes are still the clothes I bought him in grade 12. So an early birthday present for him, because his birthday is March 23rd, is I'm going to take him out and buy him some new clothes for when he starts his new job in a few weeks. So that is my weekend. And then Sunday, I'm doing nothing. I'm resting my arms because I can only sew 8 hours a week right now. So yeah, it'll be, I don't know what I'm going to do with my time because I can't even knit. So I guess I will just have to chillax. Maybe go for some walks and stuff like that. Except for I can't walk the dog because he can't pull on my arm. So I'll get Dave to walk the dog. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Anyways, thank you everybody. Sorry for the slow start with the technical difficulties. Hopefully, we had technical difficulties with the leg on Tuesday too. So hopefully things get better that way. So have a great night, everybody. Have a great weekend. Message me if you need anything, and I will talk to you guys later.